Yo, you can call me 3P. I've been making media since I was a kid, and I've always had some kind of big project going on. To this day, I'm still proud of a lot of them. When I grew up, man, I knew I needed to chase my dreams because I had that potential that nobody could waste. But when it got time to really pursue that, I didn't know what that even looked like. I just wanted to come in, have fun, make money, and make some friends, but what I found was a lot of hard work, no money, a lot of baggage, and very few true friends in between. On the other side of the coin, it also gave me a few family members. I could list some names off right now, but y'all know who you are. I got love for many people and many artists I've met in my journey, and I show love to all of them. Some of them show it back, some of them don't. Either way, they got something about them that I found to be important. For the music scene out in Phoenix, but also to better the world that we live in today. But I see their work ethic, and I see the things that they've sacrificed to get to where they are. I see the things that they're willing to sacrifice to catch a breadcrumb off of somebody else's loaf. Whoever you are watching this, I bet you've had to imagine that glamour life of being the hottest rapper and the dopest singer, but how many of you have actually picked up the pen and wrote down your story? How many of you are willing to sacrifice everything, let alone anything, to get anywhere? Sacrifice is a double-edged sword, though. It's supposed to feel good because we worked hard to get something that we crave so dearly, but in the process we lost just as much. How many of you actually know what it feels like to lose the closest thing to your heart only to trade it for a new life? I think that's why artists party so much. There's a room full of people ready to hear their deepest, darkest secrets and pain. But again, it's a double-edged sword. People become slaves to their ways and lose sight of why they even began making art in the first place. They revert back to their old habits and distance themselves from progress. That's why people drop out of the industry. The sword they use to fight their battles is the same sword that cut them down trying to block out the enemies of their world. The parties aren't the problem, but the inability to change their lifestyle as they live outside of it is. Their parties are a release from what they sing their hearts out about. But what happens when you get home? I've seen a few of my friends go back to jail, go back to the office, go back to the block, go back to their old habits and past toxic relationships, and some of them just straight up died. It's because they never wanted to give anything up and break that cycle. They never wanted to better themselves and be something new. They were stuck in a cycle of pain. But there's some artists who've made the ultimate sacrifice. And that's leaving that cycle behind by changing their focus and engulfing themselves fully into their passion. All distractions booted to the curb where they started from. Because they'll never make it to the top of the totem pole if they're the ones cutting their own down. With this series of vlogumentaries, I want to give some artists a spotlight as an example of success. That the greatest joy comes from sharing these passions and teaching others.
Y'all don't deserve that yet. You'll see. Hold on.
Try to make the whole world my bitch, and you still over here tripping over the littlest shit. Tried to give you opportunity without the counterfeit. Keeping up your acting, one of us getting mobbed within the picture. Getting locked up with regrets, yeah. It's been too many times, I should've been popped just like a zip. Skip some places, check the receipts, it's just legit. Better keep up, cause if you blink then I'm gonna be quick. I don't got time to think about a petty argument. Season event, I need to get it off my chest. About time that I stack my bands and pay my mama's rent. No gimmicks, no shticks, eating ramen and some grits. THC and Cheez-Its, watching faces getting stiff while I'm lighting up a split. Sky's the limit while I'm falling off a cliff. Say it twice, I'm too legit to quit. Too legit to quit, said I'm too legit to quit. Say it twice, I'm too legit to quit. Blinker out the pen, now I'm rocking it. Reaching out, you blocking shit. You been off your rocking shit. Taking out your block and now you're cocking it. You been off your rocking shit. Already said it twice, it was hot, now it's rocking. You been off your rocking shit. Take it out, she pocket it. You been off your rocking shit. She been hella talking it, but I'ma get my pocket. You been off your rocking shit. I been stacked rocking shit. Building up a tolerance. Gotta have a holiday. You won't see me wild.
Meet Trey.
Off your rocking shit. I'ma take a rocking shit.
Trey Pan's a dude that I met back in January of 22. It was at an industry night mixer at IDDC Studios in Phoenix.
I'm outside, work around that cloud. Once I start, hell nah, don't stop. Hey, Trey Pan in that building. Nigga, hell yeah, I got children. So I'm chasing a million. Nigga, what you talking about? Nigga, what? I'm on that couch. Matter of fact, I'm in your house. Nigga, I punch you in your mouth.
I feel like I met him before that night though. It's probably just because he has the most commanding presence that I've ever seen when he performs. No matter what room he's in, people are listening. Man's got skills on the mic, but his public presence is something to write home about. When he flexes his arm up and hits that high note, people want to know what he's got to say, and how he's so bright and the world's so dark. Not only does he demand your attention with his voice and soul, but I command you to give him his roses now. Cause he's on every corner of Phoenix selling his music like nobody you've ever seen. I won't tell you about his profits, but it's something to brag about. When I first met him, he told me his story and I told him mine. I could tell you everything about it, but I think you should go listen to his music instead. There's something specific I noticed about Trey that I want to talk about instead. First, I need to mention that his sacrifice he made came without a choice. When he lost his child. Don't be bombarding anybody with questions about it either. That's what his music is for. Stream it to help answer how and why Trey is who he is. Since the incident, he's dedicated his time to his music. He has found something that I don't think he's even aware of yet. When he shows up places, he's doing more than just showing off. He's teaching everyone around him to be a better artist. He's also showing everyone how to get loose, how to be themselves. He shows people how to unlock their passions and use their powers to actualize their capabilities in real time. He's the reason people get out of their chairs in a crowded room. He's the reason that smaller artist sang louder than he ever did that night. And the reason why I'm stepping out of my comfort zone to give you a little voiceover. I can talk all day about how he empowers people to do what they love, but I think what's truly important is that he fathers the music community when he pops out. He encourages the younger crowd to be fully who they want to be, as loud as they can, unapologetically. I can never imagine the stories that Trey's told me, but I hope he sees the difference he makes in people's lives he's been a part of. Because, to me, that's how the legacy of his loved ones live on. Trey manages to be here for countless people that needed someone just like him. Without actually doing fatherly things himself, he's just Trey. And much like a father to his child, I hope that even more people grow up to be like Trey when his music reaches the Billboard masses. Trey Penn's music may be exciting, but what he does for the culture and for anyone he meets is honorable. Now watch what Trey inspired about 6 months later at the second IDDC night. After everyone freestyled, they wanted to get together for a one-take shot at their collective track. Give him a chance. It's called Vince Carter.
Hot boy, better get him some water. Never off the bench, I'm a starter. Vince about the rim against Carter. I will still one daughter. Hot boy, better get him some water. Never off the bench, I'm a starter. Vince about the rim against Carter. Him nice. Him nice. Hey, him nice. Yeah, him nice.
Okay, I say it's nice. She gon' get right or get tight. Don't give a fuck. I fuck your bitch every other way or night. Don't give a fuck what they saying. We ride with them Drakes and let a nigga play. Pop, pop to his fucking face. Hold up, what she say? Hell yeah, me and my cousin round with bleaky shit. I can't trust shit. Every move I'm fucking with.
Gotta watch these niggas cause these bitch niggas be it. We ain't playing, we go pop one. Catch him, then he down. Every time we see ops, then we put him in the ground. They like, damn, he the king. Yeah, nigga, need my crown. You see me out, you better give me utmost. That's in my time.
Shit, I lift my mans up. Ain't no need for them to frown. Shit, these my brothers. Shit, we came up from the ground. Don't really give a fuck. Ain't no need for us to make a sound. We pop out in a party, let a nigga try, she sit down.
Hey, him nice. Him nice. Hey, 1, 2, 3. Him nice. I wanna steal one daughter. Hot boy, better give him some water. Never off the bench, I'm a starter. Rinse about the rim, it's Carter. Him like I'll steal one daughter. Hot boy, give him some water. Never off the bench, I'm a starter. Rinse to the rim, it's Carter. IDDC industry night. You see everybody here crying.
ID. You see where we at? ICCC. But we'll still teach you something.
Let them know. And that's what you don't get from me.
We got more of these coming out. More people on a local scale doing the stuff that you praise on a national level that's just fake theater. So come around and be a part of the journey. I'm out.
Nice. Hey, can you record that?
No, my goodness.
Try it one more time with another motherfucker.